I opened my restaurant because cooking over an open fire was my thing. Scratch-made cobbler, totally my thing. But spreadsheets and payroll, just not my thing.
Regions helps business owners keep up the good work and simplify the other work with business checking account options and time-saving cash management tools.
More time doing my thing works for me.
For tools and services to help you keep up the good work, switch to Regions at regions.com/smallbusiness. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio inside the Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel. It's time for Gwinnett Business Radio. Gwinnett Business Radio is presented by Regions Bank. Brave the beginning. Member FDIC.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun today here on Gwinnett Business Radio. Mike Salmond alongside Stephen Julian from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio in the beautiful Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Mike. Are you insinuating that other shows we don't have fun?
We have fun every show, but
exactly.
I
don't have
usually
even more fun.
Yes. I just wanted to make it clear that we are going to have fun today.
Thank you for making that clear. It's all clear now. I am ready to go. I'm excited. But before we get to our guests,
can I at least say who we have on the show today?
Well, it's your show. You're the host. I'm just the...
Well, no, it's your show as
right.
well. It's
well,
our show.
Oh, it's co-hosting.
It's like if, it's not just my time.
It's Rowan and Martin.
It's our time.
It's Martin and Lewis.
Okay, the guest today, I'm just going to ignore you. Mia Hubbard is here today from Regions Bank. And, of course, Regions Bank is one of our partners here at Business RadioX. And we love Regions Bank, member FDIC. I was told by our good friend Laura Bynum, she does marketing for Regions Bank, and we love her.
Member
She's probably
FDIC.
listening, and if you're listening, Laura, hi there. That after Regions Bank, well, actually, it was from the legal department.
Yes.
To remember that it's member FDIC. So
what is Regions Bank?
Regions
member
Bank.
FDIC?
Yes.
Okay.
And our other guest is Amy Greiner. She's here with Kingsview Wealth Management.
Mike, before we get to Mia, I want to remind everybody about Regions Bank. We all know that keeping your company's financial future on track means having the right resources to support your growth. Regions Commercial Banking offers you lending capabilities and strategic solutions tailored to your needs, and you'll work with a team of experienced bankers here in Gwinnett. Discover steps to take that can help move you closer to your business goals. Regions is here to help. To learn more, visit regions.com/commercial banking. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Member FDIC.
I already said member FDIC. I said it well.
But legal's going to love us.
Yeah, man.
They're going to love us.
We're going to get a note.
These guys are good. They're going to say, quit saying it. That's what they're going to say.
No, they'll never say that.
No, yeah, they're legal. And they don't have a sense of humor.
Well, I'm not saying that either. Man.
I said that.
Let's get to Mia Hubbard, because that's what everybody is here to listen to.
Mia, did you have any idea what you got yourself into when Regions Bank says you're going to go on Gwinnett Business Radio?
I had no idea, but I'm super excited to be here. That intro, by the way, Stephen,
yes.
A1.
Thank you.
Like, whenever I go to another guest appearance, can I bring you with me
sure.
and you introduce
I do
me?
voiceover
Yeah.
work on the side, or we can do a little take. We're all about amplifying the voice of business, especially the business of Regions Bank, member FDIC.
I love it. Ding. There we go.
All right. Let's go.
You did the ding for us. You did a verbal ding.
Yeah, I did.
You're a market manager.
Yes.
With Regions. What does a market manager do?
So we typically manage the branch network. So we have, branches that we're establishing and building, then we take the lead on making the hiring decisions for those locations. We're also, in charge of marketing, so we kind of help, bring new households, new customers to our locations and help grow their portfolio, help grow their money as well too. So, and we cover areas. So I cover Gwinnett County and 3 other counties as well too.
Well, being a market manager for Regions Bank, I'm going to ask you one of the easiest questions I could ask a market manager. What are some of the things that separate Regions from other peer banks that are out there?
That is a great question. And without a doubt, it's our customer experience that we give to our customers. You know that happy feeling when you walk to Disney World? You're just equally excited when you go to Disney World. That's the customer experience we want all of our customers to have. You just walk into the location and instantly you're happy. And, it's ranked so high that J.D. Powers, this is hot off the press, by by the way.
Ooh,
JD,
breaking news? Wait, we have breaking news?
More breaking news. I got a little bit more breaking news at the end as well,
Nice.
too.
Oh, wow. 2 breaking news.
I know. Y'all are special today.
I like
She
it.
just did a tease.
Right?
Wow. All
So
right.
JD Powers recently ranked us as the #1 retail bank in the industry.
Wow.
#1.
Listen, we like to have a little fun and joke around. That's serious stuff.
Huge. Not the first quarter we've achieved that, the third consecutive quarter, and I think we're on our way to a fourth quarter as well too.
I like that. So that separates you from...
For sure.
So you gave the good answer, and it was a great answer, and then you gave backup for your answer. JD Power agrees with me.
That's
so
right.
I like that.
Awesome.
Wow. You guys are really growing in the market and especially in Gwinnett County. Talk about some of the new locations that you have now in Gwinnett County.
Absolutely. So we opened our Hamilton Mill location December the 21st of last year, and it's located right there off of Ridge Road within the Kroger Plaza. We've also opened up our Suwanee location and our Sugar Hill location in 2019, and those branches just kind of took off, and we just saw there was an opportunity for us to be in that Gwinnett County. So more breaking news.
Wait, is this a second or is there going to
It's
be a
the
third?
second, no third. I
Okay.
can't give you a third.
you
2
said-
is all you get
well,
today.
you said second at the end, so now I'm
Well-
going to
Yeah.
correct you. Second in the middle.
Second in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Good catch.
Yeah, thanks.
But we have gotten approval to open up a location in the Loganville area,
Nice.
which that project will be completed Q4 of this year.
Wow.
So
Wow.
So
you are growing.
So opening up these locations and having locations where people can get to is obviously helping the community, but we're kind of in unusual times. I'm not going to say the word that everybody's saying. I'm not going to. Right. It's crazy times, right?
Yeah.
So what are some things that Regions has had to do differently to kind of support the community?
yeah, we still have our brick and mortar locations. We still invite our clients to come in, but as you said, it's just been unusual, time. So we haven't had to, have our businesses come in and have that conversation with us. So we've been trying to meet with our business customers virtually through what we call our Next Step program. And this is a way that we stay connected and offer them advice, guidance, and in perspective. Because as you said, everything's so kind of weird now. People don't know what the next step is for them to achieve their financial goals. So you come into our locations or we meet with you virtually and we give you that advice and that guidance, whether it be home ownership or reestablishing your credit. Or if you're looking to retire by a certain age and you want to be a millionaire, we have these webinars and seminars that are available free, by the way. Free, not just a customer of Regions. It could be anybody. Just go to regions.com/wellness and you'll have access to all of those resources out there.
Quick question. Some of the banks, I hear you have to set an appointment if you want to meet with somebody. Is that the case at Regions, to maybe call ahead before you come in, or can I just come in if I want to talk to somebody about any of your services?
Both, but we want to recognize your time and value your time. So if you schedule an appointment on regions.com, click the little green button at the top right on the page that says book an appointment, then we block off that time for you. So we have that 7 to 10 minute time slot to customize a plan for you. Absolutely.
You mentioned, and we're talking with Mia Hubbard, with the market manager for Regions Bank here on Gwinnett Business Radio. You mentioned the growth and the new locations, and we've scooped some people there with that breaking news. But there are some other institutions out there that I shall not name that I drive by, and their branches are still closed. Are all your branches open, or do you still have some that are not open yet?
Yeah, all of our locations are open. There may be times that they've been impacted we're still in a pandemic, right? And so sometimes we do have to pivot to our doors being locked and really depending on lobby by appointment service. But for the most part, our locations are open and we're ready to assist our community.
Fantastic. Mike, I apologize. I have to correct you in this interview. You did a great reset of telling everybody that we're speaking to Mia Hubbard. She's the market manager with Regions Bank, member FDIC. So I just had to add that. I didn't want legal to get on us. Okay, back to Mia and the star of the show here. Let me ask this. Gwinnett Business Radio, we love everybody who listens to us. A lot of people who listen are business owners. But I wanted to ask, if I'm a business owner, if I'm a small business owner, especially here in Gwinnett or anywhere where Regions serves, what kind of services would I potentially get at Regions that I wouldn't get at some of the other peers? What are some of the ways that you guys partner with businesses beyond just even if it goes beyond just the banking?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you come into our location, we really find out what's important to you. Whether you're looking to grow your business or depending on what life stage you are in your business. And then we have a set of questions that we ask you. So at the end, we customize a plan that's going to help you achieve your financial goal, whether that be short term or if it's long term or if it's, out of our expertise, we have other experts there. We can route you to our line of business partners, whether it be wealth or commercial or mortgage.
So I like that, rather than trying to pigeonhole everybody into whatever you offer. No, let's hear from you what you're looking for, and then we'll direct you where you need to go.
Absolutely. We lead with providing advice and guidance. That's it. Because everybody offers checking accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, right? But being able to customize a plan for what's important to you, that's something that we really try to deliver on.
If I were a business owner, is there also a way to partner with you guys where I might be able to help my employees as well, or offer a service to my employees? And the first thing that made me think of that question was when you were talking about the wellness stuff, which you don't even have to be a client of Regions to take advantage of that. So educational sources are one thing, but what are some of the other things a business owner could offer to his employees if he was working with Regions?
Absolutely. It's the free weekly seminars and webinars that we offer. Your employees can register for one of these webinars. Again, it's on regions.com/nextstep, and we offer a series of webinars for the employees of those business owners as well.
Well, again, I want to remind you, not that you don't know where you are, but this is Gwinnett Business Radio.
Yep.
And we give a voice to all businesses that serve all over, but especially if they serve in the Gwinnett County area. So let me ask you specifically again about Gwinnett County, and why is this area considered so important for Regions?
Well, when you look at the opportunity here, there's $19 billion in deposits here just in the Gwinnett County area. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of selfish. I want a piece of that pie too, right? But also, we talked about the year that everyone has had. So they don't know what the next step. Should they be investing with this company or should they be saving, So we want to just give them that advice to earn their business, right? And then offer them, again, solutions that best meets their needs.
So you were talking also about, I love the fact that your branches are open and people can come in even in the midst of this, and I'll say it, the pandemic. I was trying to avoid that.
She already broke the ice.
I know, it's okay.
Did I say it?
No,
Unusual
it's okay.
times,
It's okay.
unprecedented
And you said-
times.
And you said pivot.
Yeah.
Because,
No, I
we don't
didn't
hear
hear
that word enough.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear pivot.
No, she said
I said pivot.
Right after pandemic,
Damn
she
it.
said pivot.
Wow, she used it in the same sentence. I was so caught up on hearing pandemic that I missed pivot. Anyway, Stephen, get back to the point. All right, so I like the fact that the branches are open and giving that face-to-face contact, but like you said, there's a lot of virtual opportunities and out of necessity or
Yeah.
out of what the client is feeling.
Yeah.
So what are some of the digital tools and options that Regions, you kind of maybe prepped us before the show to talk a little bit about these digital tools and options. Kind of walk us through that, because everybody knows Zoom.
Yeah.
But what are some of the other things that people can take advantage of?
Yeah, and we really had to facelift our entire technology with our mobile deposit, online banking, the self-service functions. Customers were still concerned about, coming out into the world, right? They were still sheltering in place and staying at home, but they still had day-to-day business that they needed to take care of. The best way to do that is through our online services. So the self-service features, again, I mentioned we had an entire facelift of our mobile deposit app, which our customers at one time ranked it at a 3 out of 5. But when we made the investment in our technology and our mobile deposit, that app rating increased from 4.7 out of 5. So our customers are really dependent on using these digital tools. So it was a really smart investment from Regions.
Great. Well, Mia, thank you so much for joining us here on the program.
Yes, you're welcome.
Sigh of relief.
Yes.
Big news for you folks out there in the Loganville area. Regions Bank's going to put a brand new location right there smack dab in the middle, so your continued growth we wish you all the best with that.
Yes.
Congratulations on all your success. We love our partnership with Regions, so thank you for coming in. The great thing about Regions Bank is each month we will feature a wonderful person like yourself as we introduce you and some of your cohorts to the public out there. So thank you for coming in. You were as good as advertised.
Oh.
Yeah, the bar was pretty high for you.
Listen,
did I meet the expectations? I did.
Exceeded.
Exceeded. Ding.
There we go. The market of Gwinnett for Regions Bank is in great hands, Mike. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Managed well.
For those that would like to find out more, and I know you gave the website for the videos and the seminars, and I think it was like /wellness. But for anything that they want to find out about Regions, what's the main website?
Regions.com. You can find out more about any of our products and services that we offer.
It's pretty basic, pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
I could have figured that out.
Regions.com.
Thank you so much. Mia
Thank y'all for
Hubbard,
having me.
Market Manager with Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Well done, Mike.
I feel bad now because, if we don't ring the bell like 100 times when Amy is on.
Well, before we get to Amy, we have to take care of a little business because this is Business RadioX. And actually, I have to ask our last guest one more question. So, Mia, I want to ask you, did you love your experience here on Gwinnett Business Radio?
I absolutely loved it.
Oh,
you
good.
guys were amazing.
Well, I want you to know, and I want all our listeners to know, that love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Our listeners can enjoy big savings and a hassle-free experience at Subaru of Gwinnett, where people sell cars. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com and join their family today, or come in and see the difference. If you're already a Subaruist, then check out their social media pages for the latest news, offers, and community events.
Our next guest here in the Subaru of Gwinnett studio is Amy Greiner with Kingsview Wealth Management. Do I have any is there anything I need to say after
past performance is no
Kingsview?
guarantee of future results. Please read prospectus carefully and always check with your financial advisor.
Ooh, this will be a long interview. Amy, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You were on almost 2 years ago before all things got crazy in our life. And so I said, we need to bring Amy back and hear how this has affected her. So before we go there, tell us more about Kingsview Wealth Management. Just kind of give us an overall broad picture of what you do.
Excellent. First, I just wanted to say I just bought a car from Subaru of Gwinnett, and they were excellent. Do I get a ding for that?
Nice.
All right. I was trying to figure out a way to get a ding out of
So
you.
you loved your experience at Subaru?
I loved my experience. I love my Subaru. So Kingsview Wealth Management, we help people with their long-term goals, with investments, with planning, and have a very personalized experience with each one. We go and tailor a plan for each client. And because we're a smaller shop, we have about $2 billion in assets under management across the country, which makes us a smaller shop. We are able to help our clients more personally and be able to. One of the things I like to tell my clients often is that the reason that you work with me is because you can call me on the weekend or on the evening when everybody else is off, and I will answer the phone.
Your clients have your cell phone number as well as your
They
office
do.
number, right? Now, Amy, Mike, so I'm picking on Mike today, but he didn't. There was one thing, and it's not his fault, but next to your name on the little guest sheet, it should have said CFP. You are a certified financial planner. So I get to ask you that great question. What is the difference between a certified financial planner and other people who do, what sets a CFP apart?
Thank you for asking that question. It was really hard to get that designation, so I like to talk about it as much as possible. The CFP program you have to do a lot of education, and then you have to pass a really difficult exam. It takes about 6 hours to pass. And then they do an ethics review, as well as make sure you have no other bad things in your history as a financial advisor. And then what it really does, the difference of the CFP is that we take a broader look at your financial picture. We are not just looking at your investments. We are looking at your taxes. We are looking at your estate planning. We are taking a lot more into account. But mostly it's also we have a fiduciary responsibility to our clients. And that word is passed around a lot. And what that actually means is that we are required to do what's in the client's best interest before our own. And that's a requirement that not every person in our industry has. So that's where if you have somebody who's a CFP versus somebody else, if there's not a real high barrier to entry in our industry. Actually, I actually had a situation recently where I saw my nail tech was offering financial advice on her new Facebook page. And I was shocked. And so I looked into it a little more, and she had passed an insurance exam. And you can find a wide range of people in our industry, and they can be a former nail tech that spent a couple hours to pass an insurance exam, or on the other end, a CFP, somebody who spent
took over a year of study and took a
lot
6-hour
of
exam.
time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think that says more about the person that would ask their nail salon person about, wealth advice. Not to go down this whole rabbit hole
you
here.
could knock out two birds with one stone
They
as you're
spend
getting your
an hour.
nails.
Yeah.
As you're getting your nails.
And get bad advice.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Not to go down the rabbit hole, but we've talked about this. It's been the big news lately with the GameStop stock going up and going nuts. And I was reading articles about people actually going into GameStop asking the hourly employees, like the 18-year-old kid, about so what do you think about, should I buy some? Asking the hourly.
They should have
My
gone to the
18-year-old
employees.
son called me and said his best friend had put money in GameStop and he thought he was going to make millions. That is an excellent reason for why you should work with an advisor.
Okay, so let me tee you up here. Who should be working with a wealth manager?
Yes, thank you.
Somebody with half a brain, I would think.
Well, and really the way that investments typically work, you hear you are supposed to buy low and sell high, right? And that seems very easy to do. Of course, anybody can do that, right? But the reality of human nature is that we do the exact opposite. There are ebbs and flows in our industry, which we coin kind of euphoric and the fear. They're two up and down. You're either in euphoria or fear. And typically a lot of people get into the market during the euphoria phase. And right now, with the market being so high, we are kind of in that phase where everybody wants to get in and they start buying. Well, guess what? They're buying high. And then when it drops and it goes down low, people get panicky and they sell. And that just happened this year with the pandemic, I'm going to say it, where it dropped and everybody got really scared and they wanted to sell. And I can't tell you the number of my clients that have thanked me in the last couple of weeks that said, thank you so much for not allowing me to sell when it went down. Because we've had one of the steepest inclines in the market in the last couple of months as we've ever seen. And if you sold low and you're waiting to get back in, you've missed it. And that is one of the reasons why individual investors typically don't even make the returns of an index fund, a S&P that follows the S&P 500, because they go in and out as it feels comfortable or not. And that's where an advisor, if you find yourself doing that, an advisor can be really helpful because we've been through these cycles and we understand that that is not the time to sell. That is the time to hold on. That is the time when your clients say, thank you so much for letting me buy bonds or making me buy bonds, because that's when the bonds are doing well, when the equities are down. So really that's, if you want to even out those returns or try to get better returns, working with somebody who's by your side, who you can trust is very important.
We're speaking with Amy Griner. She is the partner wealth manager and CFP at Kingsview Wealth Management. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Anyway, sorry. We already did that at the beginning. We don't have to do it as many times as we had to do the FDIC. So I'm going to give you an opportunity because, Mike asked, hey, who should be working with an advisor? I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak to the people who are working currently with an advisor that's not you. What are some questions that a client should be asking the person that they're currently working with to kind of get a picture of, am I with the right person? And I'm not asking you to throw anybody under the bus, but help educate clients to ask good questions.
No, absolutely. I appreciate that question. I really think that I said trust a little bit earlier, and trust is so important when working with your financial advisor. I recall somebody coming to work with me a couple of years ago that did sell when the market was low, and that was back in 2008. And the reason is he didn't trust his advisor. His advisor told him to hang on, but he didn't trust him because he didn't know him that well. So making sure you really trust your advisor. And how do you do that? You have to have lots of contacts. You have to make sure your advisor is calling you, checking in, saying, how are things going? You need to know your clients. In my position, you need to understand your clients and not just their investments. You need to understand their lives. So you need to make sure that you're very in touch with that person. If you don't feel like they're a friend, and it's interesting because some people think, oh, I wouldn't want to touch my friend's money. I want to be my friend's advisor, my family's advisor for everyone I know, because I know that I am going to do the best job possible. So I do not shy away from working with friends. And usually my clients, if they weren't friends beforehand, become very good friends because I am looking out for them 100%. So that's where I would say if you don't know your financial advisor on that level, they're not going to do the job that you want them to do.
That's a great answer. I love that, Amy. Obviously, anyone, when they're wanting to work with an advisor, should do their homework and do their research. But a question that comes up a lot, I know you get all the time, is a fee-based advisor and a commission-based advisor. What's the difference? What's the benefit for the client? Which way should they go?
Well, and they're just two different ways of being paid, right? So you need to understand how you are paying your financial advisor. And so, and you see this a lot when you're Googling how is my financial advisor paid. So I wanted to address that question, so I appreciate you asking. A fee-based advisor or a fee-only advisor is somebody that is paid based on the assets they have under management. That way, if they make trades, buy, sell, whatever, they're not paid an additional compensation for that. Whereas a commission-based advisor, you have a one-time, typically, upfront cost and maybe a lower trail on those investments. The reason, and so I'm a fee-based advisor, and I used to do commission-based and fee-based, but what I found from my practice is that I like the fee-based investing better because of this, because I feel like I'm on the same side of the table as the client that way. And what does that mean? If your investments do better, I get paid more. So I have every incentive to make sure that I'm putting you in the right position for your portfolio to perform better. With commission based, there was a tendency to buy and forget or buy and hold. You just buy and hold and you never change it. And I always question whether, and I do this with people who are with commission based, is that the best thing for you or is that the best thing for them? Because with commission based, and we talked a little bit about a fiduciary standard in earlier on, with a commission base, they are only required to make sure that is a suitable investment. It doesn't have to necessarily be in the best interest of the client. And it's a slight difference, but there creates a conflict of interest. When you're doing a trade for a client, you say, oh, I think they need to be in this stock and not this one. You have to ask yourself, is it worth the cost of the commission to make that trade? Is it going to be that much better? And am I doing it for me or am I doing it for them? And as a fee-based advisor, I never have to ask myself that question. I always know that if I'm making things and questioning things, it's because I want their portfolio to do the best for them.
And it sounds like, again, you're almost giving advice to people who are working with their current advisor to ask good questions about, hey, can you explain to me how you're paid on my account? That's a very reasonable question.
Absolutely.
To be asking.
And if your plan is to buy and hold and not make any changes, then a commission base might be the best way to do it.
And conversely, if you're with a fee-based person and they're never making any changes, that's
Why are
probably
you with
not
them?
good. Yeah, that's probably not good either. They might need to call Kingsview Asset Management and talk to a CFP.
Well, Amy, I have one last question as we start to wrap things up, and that is, because it's been in the news a lot lately, the investing apps that are out there. Robinhood.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, sorry. You were setting that question up like it was,
I was trying to think of how to say it. Robinhood's been in the news lately, and there's all the other big investment firms that have the online apps. What would you say to that person, or is that maybe right for somebody? Why do I need a wealth advisor when I could just do it myself online, and it's so easy with these apps?
It is so easy with the apps. The barrier to entry has gone down a lot, and there's a lot of liquidity in the market right now because people have time and extra money from not going out and going to restaurants and things like that. So there is a lot more people in the market, and these Robinhood, and they can be good for, I like to say, your play money. Because, and the other thing is, a lot of people don't understand and won't understand until they do their taxes next year that there's a lot of implications to making trades. If you have a great gain over a week's time and then you sell, you're going to have to pay tax on that as if it's income. And people don't realize that. That could be, 25% of that, and they don't even realize it. And then when they have to go pay their taxes next year. So there's a lot of implications on trading that people don't understand. Also, a lot of people getting into options. Options are very complicated. And that's what my 18-year-old son was talking about when he thought his friend was going to make all this money. What he didn't realize is he didn't really have the shares. He had the option to buy the share in the future.
Wow. When you were saying options were complicated, Steven's over here shaking his head vigorously. I thought he was going to have some neck pain or something.
Nodding. I wasn't
nodding
shaking.
Your head.
I was nodding.
Well, nodding. Yes, you agree.
Okay, so I and Amy knows this because Amy and I have known each other. We're in the same industry. I'm an independent financial advisor. I'm not allowed to say which firm because my compliance department won't let me say it on the air. So we know options are it can be a wonderful. Almost anything in investing can be a wonderful tool, and it can be a dangerous tool, and it depends on how you use the tool. And when it comes to, I was, as you were talking about the apps, and that was a fantastic answer, all I could think of, and I'm sorry it sounds pretentious, but it's caveat emptor, it's buyer beware, right? Yeah. Just know what you're getting into. Ask good questions. Figure out what it is. And if you accept the risk, then go for it.
And anecdotally, I read an article about someone on Robinhood who thought they had lost $800,000. Yes. Did you see
Through
that
options,
one?
yes.
Through options.
Yeah, and they hadn't.
They hadn't, but he committed suicide in thinking that.
Yes,
there's some real implications. I mean, you
can,
and he hadn't lost it. It just the trade hadn't settled yet, and
right.
he didn't know how to read it. So if you don't understand this stuff, you really shouldn't be playing in it.
And with the Robinhood stuff and the GameStop and hourly employee walking in and asking questions and things like that, if you go back to the very beginning, the analysis of the stock was actually solid. But what happened was, as it got more and more ridiculous, you get more and more people who don't pay attention and just, I'm going to get in now. Well, that's a bad idea.
If my 18-year-old son was trying to get in, I know it was a bad idea. That right there.
Right. The professionals go, this is the time to walk away from this. All right, I'm glad I never got in the first place.
So what we want to say coming out of this interview is, don't be stupid. Talk to Amy Griner.
Right. She'll help you be less stupid and a lot smarter.
Yeah, so for those that want to be stupider, less stupid, how can they reach out?
Sounds like Mike needs to talk to you, Amy.
How can I talk to you? How can I reach out to you when I need to talk to you? What's the best way to reach you?
The best way to reach me is to call my office. My number is 678-616-1040, and my assistant Denise will make an appointment.
And the website to find out more about you? I want to do my research?
Absolutely. www.kingsview.com/Amy Griner.
And Griner is spelled Greiner.
E-I, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel less stupider now.
That's right.
Thank you, Amy, for joining us.
Thank you. I had a great time.
And Amy didn't ask me to do this, and I didn't get her permission ahead of time to do this, so I hope I don't get in trouble for this. But I've known Amy for over a decade. We've started out kind of in the same area in this business. And I like to say this all the time. When it comes to financial advising and it comes to people's wealth management, there's a lot of great people out there. There's also a lot of bad people, and Amy did a great job of handling that question politically correct. But work with someone who really cares for you and serves you, and Amy is one of those people, so I could not recommend her highly enough.
Absolutely, and the same. I believe the same for you.
Thanks.
Absolutely, thank you.
I'm sure she's really disappointed that you said
that. Was
that.
Why
did you even have to preface
that
by saying, "I hope it's okay I say this"? Amy, you're wonderful and we love you. Is it okay that I said that?
And the other thing is, Amy and neither of us are member FDIC. No.
All right. Thank you so much to Amy Griner with Kingsview Wealth Management and Mia Hubbard with Regions Bank. A reminder, no, get rid of the bell. The bell's broken. I'm tired of the bell.
Man, I took it. He wanted to do it and go to the edge, and then
we've
stopped
overused
the
the bell. The bell's like, quit hitting me.
You were the one doing it. So
I know. I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Wasn't talking to you.
Oh, well,
just was looking
what
at
else
you.
is new?
A reminder, you can listen to the show anytime you want. Just go to businessradiox.com, select Gwinnett Business Radio, and then click on this episode or any of our previous episodes, and you can enjoy them anytime you want, 24/7. You can also find us on all of the podcast platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and all the rest. And please follow us on social media at Gwinnett Radio X. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For our guest and Stephen, any parting words?
Member FDIC.
We'll see you next time here on Gwinnett Business Radio.